Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Apex Wrestling Ground Zero. We are live inside the Cole Sports and Recreation Center in New York City. I'm Forrest Walpole, and I'm joined by a very special guest with me here tonight. Alright, there we go. Yeah. Welcome to Warzone, not Ground Zero. Already fucking up, but whatever. Welcome. It's time for the Drunkard Jimmy Open Challenge. And man, he's going up against one hell of a beast tonight. Yeah, Lee Anderson last week after what happened on Ground Zero, he has basically he basically made a general order that every match up until Control will be contested inside a steel cage, and is making it a big example. Because like you said, as we're seeing now, steel cage matches galore here tonight. It's going to be a wild ride between now and Control. I just wonder if Drunkard Jimmy will say the same thing by the end of his match here. We'll see. But now it's time for the first match. Jimmy and Danny now.
The following contest is a steel cage match. Making his way to the ring from parts unknown, weighing in at 147 pounds, Dirty Jimmy.
Well, Drunkard Jimmy. This man, I wonder what bar he went to this time. Is there any local bars near here in New York City? Oh yeah. What the fuck would you say? I don't want to pitch it out my head, but anyway, Jimmy, ready for this fight? I guess you're just here just to. Well, thankfully, even if he can hear us, he won't be able to tell you. You probably found a very good hiding place under that table from him, so you can't see it even if he tried to look. Well, while we can treat him as a joke, this man is not.
From Mount Olympus, weighing in at 385 pounds, Danny the Body Gang.
This man, this is a beast right here. He's not as big of a beast as Bruiser Brad, but my God, this man, no matter how many times I see him, his size still surprises me. Yeah, well, Jimmy actually shot the world. He even shot me last week when he took it to Alex Wolf. I'll be surprised if he can try to put up as much of a fight as he did with Alex as he probably may or may not do here tonight in a clothesline from Danny to start this matchup. Well, if you were Danny, aside from being sober, what strategy would you employ, would you want to use against this big man? I almost said that weirdly. This big man that is Danny the Bodyguard. Yeah, we've seen that happen before. People try to kick the crap out of him, but he just keeps on fighting back to no end. And right now, I think he's just trying to toy with Jimmy. Unless Jimmy can keep this up, because he's starting to mount a bit of a comeback against Danny. So if oh yeah, you're right about that. Danny is no Alex Wolf, and now already gonna try to make this drunken man tap out. And I'm surprised. That's probably why he just got off of him, because he just couldn't stand the smell. That's probably Danny's strength right there, the fact that he's got the bad breath from drinking so much, and that's probably why they let go of the submission hold. I have not a clue. That's something you gotta ask me. But anyway, oh what? Dude, he hit the chokeslam from the top rope and Jimmy kicked out? What is this madness? Oh, there's a nice sit-out powerbomb, and there's a cover, and this time Danny got him. Well, I'm just still surprised he managed to kick out of that chokeslam, especially when he's like piss fucking drunk. It'd be a shocker if he does, no matter who it's against. Oh, they put... Yeah. Oh yeah, he is getting pretty close. But for right now, Danny gets to celebrate this somewhat easy victory, I should say, over Drunker Jimmy. Oh yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next is a match that is going to be a rematch from Ground Zero. Blake Adams versus Daniel Harris. This match was originally made on Ground Zero, but before the match even started, Blake Adams got attacked from behind while he was doing his entrance by apparently a minion of this hacker that has been plaguing Apex Wrestling for some time now. Oh, your guess is as good as mine. The only oh, your guess is as good as mine. I don't know. I may know Lee Anderson a bit well, but I don't know what his what he's like in the ring outside of how he wrestles in Apex. Sometimes I'll watch a few of his matches outside, but other times not so much. But at the end of the day, the only people we can probably question are those that he considers a very big enemy. He's probably thinking of that himself. Alright, well, it's time for our next matchup. Adams versus Harris in a steel cage. No one can escape because that's how it is, and that's how it should be in a steel cage. Let's see what happens here.
Making his way to the ring from Houston, Texas, weighing in at 215 pounds, young blood, Blake Adams.
Well, like I said, at Ground Zero, Adams was set to face off against Daniel Harris, but there was no matchup as he was attacked by a minion. But tonight we get to see who would have won that match, even though this will be in a structure that you don't really see too much in Apex Wrestling. So this will be a good way to show who really is the man between these two wrestlers.
And his opponent from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 241 pounds, Daniel Harris.
Daniel Harris, a man that has gained some fame and a bit of hate over the years. But do you really think this man gives a fuck what you think about him? I don't think so. Well, Daniel Harris going to start things off with Blake Adams now. Steel cage match, like we said earlier. Every match on this show and every show up until Control will be in a steel cage as a measure to prevent these minions from interfering in these matches in any way again. Well, you got to start right from the source with who this hacker is. Who would have the most to gain from this attack? Considering how Lee Anderson actually did challenge the hacker to a match at Control, which the hacker accepted. In which case, if Anderson won, then the hacker must unmask himself. But if the hacker won, he goes for the world title. Those are the rules. So the one question is, who would have the most to gain from it? That's on the active roster right now. Oh yeah. And there's a cover on a kick out of two by Adams, as Harris is wondering how the hell Adams kicked out of that. But Harris shouldn't be concerned about how he kicked out. He should be more concerned on trying to keep him from making a comeback in order to win this match. Because that's the problem. When you deal with Blake Adams, you better not... Oh! Double stomp to the chest. You better not, let him leave your sight in any way, shape, or form. Another kick out. And Adams hit with a nice move there. And Harris with a back body drop. That's the thing with, well, both men seem to have a second wind type of nature. And there's a super kick from Adams. Ooh, nice counter from Blake Adams. A little thing happened there as Adams ducked underneath Harris's clothesline, and now Blake's in control. Yeah, that's a weird little combination. I've never seen a high flyer like Blake Adams do that before. Oh, and a spine buster from Daniel Harris to Blake Adams as he shows his muscles off to the crowd here. Oh yeah. Oh, and against the steel cage goes Blake Adams as Daniel Harris showed his strength and he's back to flexing his muscles again. And as you were saying that, Harris got the victory after doing a sidewalk slam to Blake Adams, and he got the victory right after that. Well, now that you mentioned about titles, there's one thing that was neglected to be mentioned on the last episode of Ground Zero, and that is the fact that we do have a new championship coming to Apex Wrestling, and it's gonna be a crazy little thing. We already got a tournament made up for this belt, where the finals of that match will be at Control. And the winner of that match will become the inaugural Apex Internet Champion. But for now, Daniel Harris victorious in this matchup. What a nice back and forth matchup this was for both men here tonight. Well, coming next, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be Cody Hagan taking on Kyle Pierce. Two men that are a bit, in my book, are a bit underrated. They're considered some of the worst wrestlers, but somehow, some way, they have those moments where they prove their doubters wrong. Ooh, so I'd say they'd be pretty happy about that. It's no Intercontinental or World title, but hey, at least they get a chance at some form of gold in Apex Wrestling. Oh yeah. I've been told they're both ready, so let's get started. Hagen, Pierce, steel cage match, and it's coming up next. I guess the ring announcer doesn't like Cody Hagen, so here he is, Cody Hagen in the flesh. A man who I believe is... Oh.
Making his way to the ring.
Fuck you!
Indianapolis, Indiana. Weighing in at
I didn't say fuck you to Judge. I'm talking about the bell, the bell ringer. The guy who rings the damn bell. I was just about to say something. Next thing I know, ding ding ding. Fuck you! Anyway, Cody Hagen, as I was going to say before I was rudely interrupted by this timekeeper over here, this man is starting to show signs of making a big name for himself in Apex Wrestling. He has shown that he's actually been pretty decently in the ring as of late. So let's see what he can do against Kyle Pierce.
And his opponent, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 214 pounds, Kyle Pierce.
And this man, Kyle Pierce, is a man who has been in a few opportunities to go for a championship belt, all of which he has fallen short of. But just like with Cody, he seems to be on a start to the path to getting some form of championship belt. Like I said, the internet belt, it may not be like the Intercontinental or the World belt, but hey, it's a belt that represents the internet, because that's where everybody likes to go to every freaking day of the week, whether it's on their computer or on their phones or on their consoles, if they want to use the internet browser on there as well. It's still the internet. And right now, Cody with a nice backbreaker to Kyle Pierce, and I'm guessing Pierce has decided to wrestle in a shirt this time. I don't think I've ever seen him wrestle in that shirt before, but in any case, he's ready for a fight here tonight. But let's see if he can give one to Cody, as Cody is giving it to him. God damn it. In any case, nice elbow there from Hagen. And now Hagen showing out to the crowd, but he really should be focusing on Kyle. It's early in the matchup. You don't want to let your opponent get to control that quickly in the matchup, because that'll probably cost you in the long run. And we've seen that happen, where somebody gets cocky, and then 30 seconds later, ding ding ding, the match is over. Oh yes, it is. And right now, Hagen stomping away on Pierce, systematically going off on his arms and legs, and he's doing it again. Oh man, what strategy would you use between either of these two men if you was in the ring with them? As you were saying that, Cody actually threw Kyle Pierce right into the steel cage, but I'm thinking that was starting to bring some second wind to Pierce, but right now Hagen bringing it back in, and now Pierce getting out of the Osaka hold. And now Pierce got it with a kick right to the side of the head. Oh, but he ain't done yet, as there's a German, as full Nelson suplex, and a kick out of two by Hagen. Wait a minute, what the hell's, wait a minute. Oh, Pierce! Climbing out of the top rope just to do that elbow drop right in the back of Kyle Pierce, and he's going for that elbow drop again. Oh! Pierce down with a 619. And it almost looked like Hagen may have hit his head on the steel as he was getting draped over the middle rope. And now Hagen, feeling no pain, 2 corner splashes. And now he's going to finish him off with a powerbomb. Second one. And a third powerbomb right to Kyle Pierce, over and over. Oh, what? Oh, Pierce going for something here. Going like a butterfly suplex, and now a face buster like a move there. It's going back and forth, and I'm loving every second of it. Oh yeah, that is very true, and right now Hagen in control of this matchup. Go for the Anaconda Vice. Will Pierce tap out? No, he doesn't. On Pierce just again hitting Hagen on the right of the head. Go for the cover, and a kick out of 2.5. Pierce somehow tripped up. I don't know how he got tripped up there, but now he's looking to stay in control of this matchup. Hagen is looking dazed and confused right now. Oh, cover. Oh, just barely before a 2 count, I'm thinking there. But now Hagen, what's he going to do here? Oh, good night, Kyle Pierce. But I guess he did not go with the cover, and now Pierce going for a multitude of clotheslines here. And now for the cover. Oh yeah, he should have capitalized on it, but that might cost him, as Pierce bited on the hand of Hagen. And now Hagen getting tired of Pierce's shit. Looks like he's gonna finish him off with a code breaker. And there's a cover. And Cody Hagan gets the victory. Oh, yes. Oh, this has been nothing but a back and forth matchup inside the steel cage. It has been an incredible contest, and you can hear this crowd cheering for this matchup. They enjoyed this matchup just as much as we did. It has been a great matchup. What a match! What a win for Cody Hagan, as these two are one step closer to the Internet Championship Tournament. We'll see where they rank on that tournament bracket. But for now, let's have Cody Hagan celebrate his victory here tonight. Alright, we'll be seeing these women, but Cody Hagan's just basking in that victory. He's not wanting to stop that yet. Alright. As Tony Sparacio said, it is time for a women's match. Toni Moon versus Rachelle Ross. Once again, inside a steel cage. This may... this matchup may be Rachelle Ross's fight here, because this is the type of match I would expect her to potentially be the most likely to succeed in this matchup. But Toni Moon, she's known for stopping that dream, stopping that from possibly happening. She's been known for that a few times. We'll see if this is one of those times. Let's begin. Toni Moon, Rachelle Ross. Let's get started. Here comes Toni Moon. She's ready to fight. She's ready to fight, look to bring the fight to Rachelle Ross, and I hope she is ready, because Rachelle Ross is not the type of woman to take very lightly whatsoever. Yeah, she's possibly one you could consider an underrated performer. She's had her wins, she's had her losses, but at the end of the day, she's been...
And her opponent, from Queens, New York, the Villain.
But here comes Rachelle Ross, and as you can see, she means business. Right now the match is underway. Right now Toni Moon, like I said, she's gotta stay focused. She can't let her beauty get, she can't let how her attitude is. She can't let her looking at herself in the mirror with that little pocket mirror that she carries with her. She can't let that distract her. She's got to take out Rachelle Ross, because if she doesn't, that right there is going to happen. Rachelle Ross is going to kick her ass. Oh yeah, this is a David and Goliath type of matchup. And the question is, who's gonna win? Will it be David or Goliath? Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Rachelle Ross now. Oh, leg drop right across almost right across the chest, almost the neck area of Toni Moon. Is a cover and a kick out.
So, I don't think I've been able to be heard for the past few matches. Hello there, I am Tony Sparacio. And, yeah. I've been commentating this entire time, but you haven't been able to hear me.
Yeah, Tony Sparacio is back. Ready to call back the match. It's been a while since we last heard from him.
Yep. Yeah, so Toni Moon and Rachelle Ross. Back and forth, David and Goliath.
Yeah, it's been a back and forth fight between these two women. Toni Moon looks to point on the exclamation mark, and there's a knee. Running kick right in the face of Rachelle Ross. Cover, and a kick out at 2.5. Toni Moon wondering how the hell she kicked out of that. But she can't let that distract her. She's gotta stay on her. She's gotta stay on Rachelle Ross if she wants to win this fight.
She's got to keep on. She's got to keep on. She can't let the size get to her.
Uh-oh. Now Rachelle Ross back in control. What's she going for here, though? That's the question. Scott on the top rope. Uh-oh. Oh, no, a Samoan drop. Off the top rope. Goes for the cover. And a kick out of 2 by Toni Moon.
That's surprising that she was able to kick out falling from that far of a distance.
And Toni Moon
continuing to put on the pressure.
Yeah, the only question is, let's see here. Let's see if Toni Moon can keep going at this as Rachelle Ross just throws her shoulder first into the turnbuckle.
Once Rachelle starts, there's no stopping her.
And now, Rachelle Ross, let's see. Well, back out of these two, we go back and forth this whole matchup. Every match we've had thus far has been some sort of back and forth matchup, no matter how long it's been.
Yep. And unfortunately, the fans were not able to hear my beautiful voice during most of it.
Yeah, really. Well, at least they can hear you now, so really sucks that they missed out on your commentary up to this point, but right now, Toni Moon going in the corner, measuring Rachelle Ross, looks to finish it once and for all. Here comes the pitch, and she gets blocked with an elbow.
I can't be good.
Oh man, Rachelle Ross now going for a few clubbing blows to the back. There's a cover and a kick out of two by Moon.
Not looking good for Toni.
Rachelle Ross now going for a camel clutch. They get back on the hair, it looks like, but the ref can't do anything about it.
That's no DQ.
Oh, wait a minute. Lauren! Poor athleticism by Toni Moon to Rachelle Ross there.
It's not only just athleticism, it's feats of strength, able to toss that big woman with just her legs.
Oh, and a flatliner after you say that, right? Literally immediately after you said that, it's a flatliner, but Rachelle Ross kicks out at two.
Gonna have to do a lot more to take down that big woman.
Oh yeah, you gotta do more than just a few shots. You gotta hit her really hard where you know it really hurts. And there's a clothesline from Rachelle Ross as she's looking to get back in control after Toni Moon was in control for the past few moments here. And now Rachelle, top rope again, goes for that Samoan drop, and she gets her.
That's gotta be it.
Cover.
Probably 10 feet in the air, looks like.
And Rachelle Ross gets the victory after that second Samoan drop.
Another impressive win as she marks her ticket onto control.
Rachelle Ross showing again why she is going against Olga Markowski for the Apex Women's Championship. And based on the performances we've been seeing between these two women, it's going to be one hell of a fight between these two big women come control.
And I'm getting something into my ear that that not only is this match happening, but the fans are gonna be able to vote onto what stipulation they are able to have. But I have not gotten what stipulations they are now, so tune in to Lee's Twitter.
Here is your winner,
as long as it's not getting hacked.
Yeah, he's gotta maintain that account. He's gotta do so many things to keep it from getting hacked over and over again. But at least he's doing something as far as the show is concerned to keep the people that came at Ground Zero at bay. So let's see what happens there.
Up next, we got some women's tag team action.
Oh. You're thinking a little bit ahead there, buddy. Coming up next, it is MALCOM Black versus the world champion TAMURA in a steel cage. I am looking forward to this matchup. Two of the hardest hitting men to ever grace the Apex Wrestling ring, and here they are fighting against each other one-on-one. This is a dream match in my book.
I was looking more forward to the women's tag match, but anyway, MALCOM, yes, one of the more impressive athletes on the Apex roster. TAMURA, our world champion, you got to give him respect. But you got to wonder if MALCOM wins, does that really put TAMURA's title reign in jeopardy? If he can't beat MALCOM, what sense does it make that he's going to beat Austin Collins at Control?
It's very simple, and many people would say what I'm about to say. That's the fact that Austin Collins is not MALCOM Black. But would you even use that as an argument? No, that's the big question.
I would say Malcolm Black is better than Austin Collins. So if he can't beat Malcolm Black, what sense does he have in beating Austin Collins?
Who knows? But right now, I'm being told that Malcolm Black is ready to get out here. So, let's begin this matchup. Black, Tamura, Steel Cage. It's happening right now. Well, here comes Malcolm Black, the War Chief.
His way to the ring from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 237 pounds, Malcolm Black.
First off, I should give an epilepsy warning for those. If you suffer from that, should close your eyes for a few seconds. It's gonna be over here in a bit. It's over just now anyway. But regardless, here comes the War Chief Malcolm Black, and my God, when he calls himself the War Chief, he fucking means it.
I mean, kind of doesn't mean much anymore since he's not a chief of anything, but he is one bad motherfucker, I will definitely say.
Think about it. In Apex Wrestling, he is a man who I can already see going for a championship out of any kind. Internet, Intercontinental, or World Championship. He is basically in line for all three belts. That's the way I see him at this moment. But already, as you know, he's made a name for himself both in tag team and singles competition. But recently, he's been more of the latter lately, going for singles matches in many different companies, while probably in a few tag team matches in others. But for right now, here in Apex Wrestling, he is under the singles competition, and ever since he's been doing that, he has been on one hell of a roll since.
Definitely has. Now, can he keep this role against Tamura inside the steel cage?
After a long while, here comes the Apex World Champion, Tamura. And my goodness, he's got that intense stare.
And his opponent from Tokyo, Japan, weighing in
I don't think
at
Tamura knows how to not
217
stare.
pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, the Dragon, Tammy Race.
Well, Tamura, this is going to be a tough challenge for him. Not very many people have been able to come out to this ring against Tamura and say, "See that man? I beat his ass." There's only like at least a handful of people that could say that they've beaten him in Apex Wrestling. But that's not very many people. No, we're not counting ladder matches. We're counting just straight up one-on-one matches against this man. There have been very few wrestlers who have gone in that ring and beaten Tamura one-on-one. Hell, there's one person in particular who just who's not been able to beat Tamura in any way, shape, or form, no matter how hard he tries or how many times he does try. He's just not been able to get the job done. That's not saying he won't be able to get the job done ever, but I think he's starting to get a little bit tired of being told you can't do it. But that's that person. Here's Malcolm Black. One-on-one match. Oh, and TAMURA already making Malcolm Black go down a little bit hard.
Yep, he is. TAMURA is always a man that throws caution to the wind.
Oh, yeah. He's a cruiserweight. Cruiserweight and light heavyweights are known for that. They're known for saying, see that word caution? I'm going to throw that bitch out and just do what I do best, and that's get this crowd hype. And he's been doing that ever since he's been in Apex Wrestling. As far as my knowledge goes, he's had at least 3 to 5 losses in Apex Wrestling. Not very few compared to everybody else in Apex Wrestling. Heck, this man is so well known, so well loved, and so well respected in the ring. It's almost like a dream to face off against a man who is known to put you to the test, no matter who you are.
Yep, not very much respected in the locker room, I hear. But once he gets in that ring, it don't matter what you think about in the locker room.
Well, right now, TAMURA being a bit cocky here. Maybe that might get him down hard as Malcolm goes for a nice looking inverted Samoan drop looking like move there. And that's the thing with Malcolm. You should never take your eyes off that ball. You take your eyes off of Malcolm for 1 second, or you don't pay attention to him, he will make you pay.
It costs a lot of people in that. It costs a lot of people the match. It comes to Malcolm Black.
And now TAMURA, oh, and he's right in the face of Malcolm. That's taking out many a wrestler, but will it take out Malcolm now? No, kick out of 2.
You're going to have to do a lot more than that to Malcolm in order to keep him down.
Yeah, I've seen Malcolm outside of Apex as well as the some recently made videos about him. And that man, oh my God. You cannot go in that ring without expecting a fight against this man. And now TAMURA climbing up to the top rope. And he somehow misses the elbow drop.
He kind of overshot it seems.
Yeah, he overshot that elbow drop. He's got to be careful. He might break that elbow. He might break that arm, and that's something he doesn't want, because if he does get that arm injured, and it's longer than 30 days, he's got to relinquish the Apex World Championship, and that's something, honestly, to my knowledge, we have yet to experience. I mean, yeah, we've experienced almost everything with that Apex World Championship, but the one thing we haven't experienced, and I hope we don't, is a World Championship belt being forced to be relinquished due to injury.
Yep. But that's not what we're worrying about right now. We're worrying about a damn good match between 2 damn good athletes.
Oh, hell yeah. Alright, now, and a nice drop kick, but it was well scouted by Malcolm. As you see it coming, and now Malcolm and TAMURA are fighting into the corner, seeing who's going to get in the corner. And TAMURA, 3 different knife edge chops right in the chest of Malcolm Black as he goes to the cover. And a kick out of 2 by Black.
It's going to take more than just 3 chops to make the chest beat red. Keep Malcolm down.
Oh, now TAMURA throwing Malcolm Black back first into the steel cage. Scraping his back along the steel of the cage, and that's got to leave a mark.
Gotta hurt.
And now look at these two. These two are going at it. TAMURA now, went for a jumping move, but he gets countered by Malcolm as he moved out of the way. And now what's Malcolm going to do here?
this be?
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, not going to go where you thought he was probably going to go, but instead he gets him there. There's a rollover cover and a kick out by TAMURA. Uh-oh. And now MALCOM. Looks like he's taunting a little bit to TAMURA. Uh-oh. TAMURA looks... Oh, nice counter there. I thought TAMURA looked like he was going to go down there. And a knee right in the face of Malcolm Black. Oh, but he ain't done yet. He's going for the finisher. He's looking to put Malcolm Black away with the knee right to the top of the head. There's a cover. And TAMURA with the victory over Malcolm Black.
Impressive, definitely, on both men's half. It was just Malcolm could not take in TAMURA for his Malcolm roll, so TAMURA was just not going to go down by anything else. I definitely think if Malcolm hit his Malcolm roll, we would be seeing a different outcome.
That may be true, but right now TAMURA very, very happy with his victory. Here over a very well-known, a very well-respected man in Malcolm Black. A man that none dare fucking challenge him unless they feel like they could beat him. And TAMURA can now be one of those people that said, I just beat you. As Malcolm Black looks to have to go to the drawing board in case these two men meet up once again somewhere down the line. But in my book, it may possibly have been Malcolm may have underestimated TAMURA a little bit, and that's probably what caused him to lose, because if you notice, he was taunting a little bit throughout that match every so often, so that might have been his contributing factor as to why he possibly lost here tonight.
Yep, but not that all don't matter anymore. It's now time for the women's tag team action. Let's get into it.
There we go. Now he's got it under wraps. It's going to be the Undisputed Elite taking on the Charm City Queens in a non-title match inside a steel cage.
Yeah, we haven't seen much from the Undisputed Elite, but we have seen a lot from Charm City Queens. They have been the cornerstone of the Apex Women's Tag Team division. Have always been either in contention or have held the belts. So they know a thing or two about this division. They've probably seen all that the Apex Women's Tag Team division has to offer so far. And they're just waiting for some new competition. They're kind of going for some old right now. They have a lot of old coming up at the pay-per-view, but they're just going to want that fight. They're going to get that fight tonight against the Undisputed Elite.
Well, you think about it, it's going to be a fresh start for both teams. I mean, think about it. It's been a while since the Undisputed Elite has been shown on Apex Wrestling. At the same time, it's been a while since the Charm City Queens have fought any team that is not the Wolves of Prey nor the Black Empire. So if you think about it, both teams are getting something they wanted. One's getting a return match here for Apex, and the other is facing a team that is not the two teams they'll be facing come Control.
And again, I will confirm that in the build-up to the pay-per-view, polls will be set out for this match as well. You will be able to vote on the match type. Now again, I don't have in my notes what the match types are supposed to be, but I assure you, again, keep up to date with Lee Anderson's Twitter, and we assure you that things will reveal itself when the time is right.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a crazy time for Apex Wrestling at Control. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Undisputed Elite and the Charm City Queens Tornado Tag Steel Cage. Let's get right to it.
the way to the ring, the Rebel and Susan, the Undisputed Era.
The Undisputed Elite, a tag team we haven't seen too much of in Apex Wrestling recently. But now they're finally getting an opportunity. We'll see if they have any ring rust against the tag team champions. Now there is a difference between this match. Because apparently of regulations of some sort, which kind of make no sense to me, this match will have it to where you can escape over the top of the cage. But at the same time, it's going to be very difficult for both teams, because if you try to escape over the top of that cage, you're basically leaving your teammate hanging if you're dealing with one other person while you're the one making the escape.
Yeah, the New York State Athletic Commission is quite confusing at their certain rules, but unfortunately we gotta play with what we got, and what we got is still an amazing tag team match yet to come.
And their opponents, the Women's, the Queen, Amber Young, and Rachel Jackson, the Queens.
Well, the Charm City Queens, they looking like they're ready for a fight tonight. And when you're champions, you have to be ready for a fight, because you're taking on people who are going to try to make you look bad. And if the Undisputed Elite, what the fuck is that? If the Undisputed Elite does beat them, the big question would remain, how in the hell could the Charm City Queens bounce back from that, unless they're able to retain their belts in that three-way matchup between themselves, the Wolves of Prey, and the Black Empire. Right now, the Tornado Tag Steel Cage match is underway. Oh, and Ruby Rebel gets leveled with an elbow from Rachel Jackson as Amber Young goes to work on suplex. And right now, it looks like the tag team champions are in more control than the other one, but now it's going like one half in control while one of the other teams are taking it to the other tag team champion.
They are the women's tag team champions for a reason.
Oh, Amber Young actually got hit with a suplex already. Suplex going for the escape. And that suplex, Ruby Rebel going to escape, but if you look at it, I was trying to say that Amber Young got hit with a suplex, and I think that suplex landed on the back of Rachel Jackson's legs, the way it was positioned at least.
Oh my God, Doomsday!
Uh-oh. Alright, now Ruby Rebel going to work on Rachel Jackson, and now Jackson and Amber trying to get things back under their complete control.
It's not working out for them though.
Oh man, it's going back and forth between these two teams. Suplex and Amber Young going at it. Amber Young starting to get back into control, while Ruby Rebel is taking it to Rachel Jackson. And there's a running knee strike from Suplex to Amber Young as Suplex looks to escape the... Oh no, she's not! She's going up and hits her with an elbow! The Suplex again going on the top rope. I don't know why she'd do that, because I guess her senses were tingling, so she's like, I'm getting down. And look at this! Both women are going on the top, going up on the cage.
I think they're done with their meal.
Uh-oh, Jackson. Oh, Jackson. Oh! Ruby Rebel just barely able to stop Jackson from climbing down the cage. And now Jackson taking off from one side and down the other.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh. And now both women are on the top rope, dangling from the top rope. And Jackson takes Ruby Rebel down. But suplex, she doesn't see what's going on. She's too focused on Ember Young to pay attention.
Jackson's got to capitalize on this.
Ruby Rebel, oh, suplex. She's caught her, so does Ruby Rebel. She's up. She's caught. They're both climbing up. Oh, and Ember Young just stopping her. Stopping suplex from screwing over her teammate. And Rachel Jackson, 1 foot on the top of the cage, and now both feet are down. And that's one, but
I think both members have to escape, it seems.
Yeah, they both have to. Rachel Jackson celebrated, but I don't think she realizes what's going on. But right now, Ruby Rebel going on the top of the cage. She doesn't see what's going on. Now she does, but it's too late. Oh, knee right in the face, a suplex. Ruby Rebel's too high up. She can't help her. She could, but she's going down. So now it's down to both Amber and Suplex.
It's an insane match. The which will survive.
Oh, and an X-Plex.
From Suplex.
Yeah, a bit cheesy to say it like that, I know, but hey, sometimes you gotta come up with some very cheesy things for characters sometimes. But right now, Suplex, after possibly knocking out Amber Young, she's climbing up the cage. But now Amber, she's getting up top, and Suplex is on the top of the cage. Just trying to find her footing on the way down, but Amber Young seems to have stopped her in her tracks.
You think it was wise to have the more limber and agile one stay in the cage instead of the bigger, brawny one that could throw around the smaller suplex?
I don't know, but in either way, that may be costing her as Amber Young is down in the ring. Suplex looking to climb up to the top of the cage. Amber Young's back up on her feet. And Suplex again trying to find her footing. But Amber Young...
Very hard to find your footing on that cage.
Oh yeah. But right now, Amber Young just taking it to Suplex right now. Oh man. Oh man, these two are trying to go at each other here, trying to... Oh, what the... Oh, an elbow from Suplex. A second one hit. Oh man, Suplex got more of a reach than Amber Young does. So that might be Suplex's ultimate doing here. She's climbing up again to the top of the cage. Amber Young again trying to get back up on her feet.
Will this time she be successful in completely taking Suplex off of this cage?
Oh, she's back up on it again. These two are going at it. Amber Young does not want to let Suplex escape the cage. Both teams have a partner out of the ring. They both. Oh, and Amber trying to go for an elbow, but Suplex. They're both in the steel cage. I guess they're trying to show how durable their arms are or something. What the fuck is going on here? What the hell is going on here?
Everybody gangsta until the women start elbowing the cage.
I guess they're so tuckered out they don't know, they're nowhere near each other, I guess. I don't know. Oh, and this time Amber Young stopping her. Oh, and Amber down her face first out of the steel. Amber Young possibly might get out of the cage. Suplex is down. Amber Young now. She's starting to climb up, and will it be too late for her to Stop him, Maroon! Oh, it's gonna be close! Oh, she got her! And Maroon's out! And Maroon gets the victory for the Charm City Queens!
Impressive, hard-fought victory. Her elbow must be killing her, though.
God damn. They must have been so tuckered out that they didn't know they were hitting the steel cage. They're probably wondering. I was wondering why it felt so metallic. I don't know, but
everybody gangster until women start elbowing cages.
Here are your winners, the Queen, Amber Young, and
But there are your
Rachel
winners.
Jackson, the Queens.
all the Charm City Queens. What a match this was. But from the very start to the very end, this has been a back and forth matchup, especially with the ending, as both teams wanted to try to show that they both wanted to be victorious in this matchup. But at the end of the night, the Charm City Queens were victorious, as they are now looking to go on to their three-way tag team match at Control between the Black Empire and the Wolves of Prey.
But now it is time for your main event.
Oh yeah, it's time for the main event. Austin Collins taking on TK Wreck. I am
To
not.
have no love lost for each other.
I do not like Collins' chances here. This is gonna be his ultimate test before he fights Tamura at Control.
Yep, and what a plate in front of him. The 7-foot, 400-pound TK Wreck, a part of a Reckless Intent and a former Apex World Champion in his own right.
Oh yeah, but this ain't no Tamura here. As a matter of fact, that's the thing that I was bringing up earlier. Earlier, with Tamura managing to somehow, someway beat TK Wreck. Although in their last encounter, TK did come a lot closer than he ever did to beat Tamura. But at the end of that matchup, Tamura was victorious. But the question is, will Austin Collins meet that same result? Or will it be TK's night tonight?
I think we're just going to have to wait and see. Let's get to it. Let's go!
Haha! Collins, TK, steel cage. It's on right now, baby.
Making his way to the ring from Palm Springs, Florida, weighing in at 210 pounds, Austin Collins.
Austin Collins. I feel like he might possibly have a chance against TK because for the past number of months, this man has been on a different attitude for some time now. To the point to where I look at him now, because of his new attitude, he is going for the Apex World Championship at Control. But the question is, will this new attitude get him a victory over the 7-foot-tall monster that is TK Wreck?
Yeah, it's a tall feat ahead of him, of course. Going ahead of his Apex World Championship match. Will be the main event of Control, of course. But will it be a one-on-one match? Remember, if the Hacker does pick up a victory against Lee Anderson, he's put in that match.
Oh yeah, that's a good point there. And speaking of TK, here comes this big man now, and I can already guarantee you, this man is fucking pissed because of what happened at Ground Zero when he got attacked from a man that looked to be just about his size on Ground Zero for apparently no reason. We don't know who it was. We don't know what's going on with Ground Zero. And right now, TK at this point just does not give a fuck. He just wants to beat the crap out of Collins because he is pissed at the humiliation he got on Ground Zero this past week.
Yep. Not the only news that we're getting, though. I'm getting in my headset that TK will be having a match at Control against the former Apex World Champion Matthew Moretti. Both have been having a lot of heated animosity together, and that's all going to boil over at Control. But the actual prize is going to be in your hands. What will Moretti and TK win if they beat each other? That's for you guys to decide. But that's Control, and right now is right now as we get ready for Austin Collins and TK Wreck.
TK, you can see he's already mad. He just pulled a shoulder tackle right onto Austin Collins. And now Collins, I can already tell you TAMURA is watching this matchup. Watching a man he's beaten many times before against a man who he has never faced ever since Apex became a thing. Ever since they both joined Apex at the same time, I should say.
Yeah, you gotta give the advantage to TK because of the size advantage. As you were seeing, Collins was trying to give TK some clotheslines, and it was bouncing right off of him.
That's especially because, I mean, TK is a 7-foot tall man. A man the size of Austin Collins is not going to be able to get him down by way of a clothesline. You got to think outside the box against big men when you're the size of Austin Collins. If you have to, go on the top rope and drop kick his ass. Do something.
Better yet, top of the cage, dive on him, Jeff Hardy style.
Right now, nice invert. What a nice looking facebuster DDT from Collins as he's now got TK on the floor now as he's looking to take it to him right now. And what humiliation it would be for TK for the week that he's had. Getting attacked from behind by a minion and then losing to Austin Collins. Oh my goodness, I can already see how pissed he would be if that happened.
Yeah, definitely. TK in very sour moods. He's the underboss of Reckless. You gotta keep everyone in check. And then this is happening in his personal career.
Austin Collins tried to go for a roundhouse kick, but he completely didn't. He missed so badly. He actually did not hit TK with it because he was nowhere near the man. Oh, the boot right in the face! My God!
Oh, you know what that calls for.
TK top rope went for an elbow drop, but he just barely missed Collins.
Usually that boot calls for the TK bomb. But it seems like TK was feeling a little brash. Wanted to experiment a little bit.
Austin trying to go for that DDT again, but this time TK caught him. And now TK going to the top rope. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the hell is going on? Oh my God! What the fuck?
Look at his dick.
What the fuck is going on?
He's a gator!
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Wow. Oh, wait.
Wait a minute!
Oh, God!
TK bomb! TK bomb counter! Austin with a counter and a TK bomb! Uh-oh!
The fun games are going now. Austin
I'm
Collins.
gonna save! Cover! Oh, kick out of it! How the hell did he kick out of that? His arm's still strapped to the cage!
I mean, I think technically one of his shoulders is still up, just in the void.
What the fuck is... Oh! Going down, going up, going down! His arm is going absolutely crazy! Oh my god, his arm is actually stuck in the cage! His arm
Somebody
is...
fix his fucking hand!
Oh my god! I cannot take this seriously! Oh, wait a minute!
Somebody fix his fucking hand!
Oh my god! Austin in a bit of trouble with a crossface hold on him from TK!
Oh, he's suffocating it!
Oh my god! And
Again,
now
that crossface usually
TK
calls the end.
measuring Austin Collins. Go for a one-handed. TK bomber. Get him. Yes, he got him.
Will this be it?
He can't seem to get over there because his head is stuck. Oh my god. Oh my god. I have never seen this before in my entire fucking life. What the fuck is going? Hey, TK's arms finally unstuck.
Oh, thank you.
God damn. And
In
now
my 45 years of commentating, even though I'm about 25, I've never seen something like that.
Oh my god, now the fun times are over. TK with a cover. And a kick out of two by Collins.
There's a call botchamania, that definitely made it.
Oh, fucking A, that would've. Hashtag botchamania. Shouting them out right now because I love those videos. But right
Hello,
now.
Matthew.
And now cover. Oh, wait, no. Oh, no, elevated piece by Boston Collins to TK. Will he give up here? No, he won't. He's got
I'll
him.
give up to that Rings of Saturn.
And I mean, it's like an elevated beast spike, because that's what it looks like. And now TK. Oh! Oh man, you can tell he's mad from that humiliation. Getting his hand stuck to the cage somehow. Roll by his shoulder up at two. Oh, and TK went for the big boot, but Collins caught him. And now Collins punching him out. And now TK got him with an inverted suplex. Oh man. TK Wreck in control now. Going for a crossface on Austin Collins. He's got him.
We tap.
No, he doesn't. He gets out of the hold. And now Collins.
What's coming next.
TK went for a kick. TK countered him. Oh! Austin Collins with a nice counter into an inverted DDT. And now TK with a shoulder tackle. And now TK with a powerbomb suplex.
There's toxism on the other side of the ring.
Oh man, now TK. He's saying the games are over, the fun times are over. It's time we get serious to finish this matchup. And now Austin Collins with a power. Going for a gutter sweep to TK Wreck. There's a cover. Oh, and and he got him out. TK got out of that at 2.5.
Somehow, some way.
Oh man. And now Collins looking to measure TK again. We're going to put him away. Go for it again. Here it comes. Good night, TK Wreck. It's over. Cover. And Austin Collins gets his man after what was probably the most bizarre matchup we have seen on the show or in Apex history. Look at this. God damn.
Wow. What a match.
Man, this match took a lot out of Austin Collins.
Austin Collins.
But now he
Took
can...
a lot out of TK as well, getting his hand stuck in the cage. But your winner is Austin Collins.
Austin Collins victorious here tonight. TK's gotta be pissed off by now. Wouldn't even surprise me. Within the next 5 minutes, he goes backstage and starts bitching about what the hell happened in that matchup. But in any case, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for us here tonight on Warzone. I'm Forrest Walpole, he's Tony Sparacio, and we say good night to you from New York City. Until next time.